Hi there, friends. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Haniewich. I want to bring you up to date as to what to expect for this week, and it could be yet another active week of weather. You may have heard, maybe not, that there's more snow coming our way. That is indeed the case. We're going to go over snowfall totals here in just a second, but for now, what I want to do is just remind you that a Weather Authority Alert Day is in effect Wednesday into Thursday. The kind of crux of this all is everybody is going to see snow, okay? But this does not look like, at least at this point, that it's going to be the big kahuna, okay? This is not going to be a storm system that actually brings us, 12 to 18 inches of snow. That just doesn't look to be the case. But it is going to be an impactful storm no matter how you slice it. This time around, I think this is going to be the type of system where you see more snow east and less to the west. And also you got to keep in mind that on Wednesday and on Thursday, temperatures are going to fail to get above freezing. We're looking at temperatures on Wednesday, upper 20s, on Thursday, upper 20s to near 30. So once that snow falls Wednesday, it's going to stick around for a little while. I don't think we get above freezing until Friday. By Friday, we're looking at highs in the mid to upper 30s. All right, so I want to go over the winter weather alerts that have come down from the National Weather Service. You'll notice areas in that bluish color, that's where we have winter storm watches. These winter storm watches are in effect Wednesday morning through Thursday morning, and they include the Lynchburg area and also for South Side, okay? This includes Martinsville, Danville, South Boston, and obviously Lynchburg as well. You'll notice further west, right now the National Weather Service doesn't have any winter weather alerts for the NRV, the Roanoke Valley, or the Highlands. That will likely change here over the next 18 to 24 hours. Right now, I'm thinking that they'll probably issue a winter weather advisory for these areas that don't have winter weather alerts right now, while that winter storm watch may be actually upgraded to a winter storm warning as you go into South Side into areas also near Lynchburg. So let's go over snow totals. This is what we're thinking right now, and it is very subject to change. There are some question marks with the path of this storm system. But for now, what we're thinking is about 1 to 3 for areas in that lightish blue color, almost that aqua color. That includes the NRV, also the Allegheny Highlands. So 1 to 3 in the mountains. Further east, where you see that darker blue color, that's where we're thinking about 2 to 5, maybe 2 to 6, okay? So we're looking at more snow this go-around in Danville than what you're going to be seeing in Wytheville. We're looking at more snow this go-around in South Boston than what you're going to see in Hot Springs. So again, we're looking at about 1 to 3 inches of snow out across the NRV and Highlands. Further east, about 2 to 5, maybe 2 to 6 inches of snow into areas in around Lynchburg and South Side. Now, if you look at Roanoke, we got it kind of bisecting the 1 to 3 and 2 to 5. In Roanoke, I'm thinking about 2 to 4 inches, okay? So that's what it looks like right now, but please stay tuned to your local weather authority. These numbers could change tomorrow, okay? So you're going to want to keep it tuned here. There are, again, some question marks about the actual path that this thing takes. If you follow the computer models at all, if you were looking at them this weekend, computer models are coming in anywhere from like 8 to 18 inches of snow on Saturday. Then they started to go down on Sunday. They continue to go down a little bit today. And the reason for that is with each computer model run and each passing day, this low pressure system looks to go further and further south and east, which means that here in the Commonwealth, the jackpot totals, the highest totals, are going to be in the beach. They're going to be in the Hampton Roads area. That's where we could, I'm forecasting right now 6 to 12 inches of snow into areas in and around Hampton, Norfolk, Portsmouth, also into Virginia Beach. Richmond, I'm thinking about 4 to 8 inches. For us here, anywhere from about 1 to 6 inches. So we are going to see less snow here than what they're going to be seeing in Williamsburg, Virginia Beach, and yes, in Richmond. Crazy, huh? Yeah, this is a storm system that is going to throw a whole lot of snow in areas east of us. Now, again, if the path changes by 100 miles further north and west, then those numbers that you see east could be moved a little bit further back towards us to the west. So that's why I urge you to stay tuned to your local weather authority. All right, for now, here at 9:49, it's a clean sweep on the radar. Tonight, no weather worries. Tomorrow, no weather worries. May see more clouds tomorrow than what we saw outside today, but tomorrow is going to be a dry day as well. One thing I do want to talk about, as you well know, we saw a lot of rain this weekend, anywhere from about 1 to 3.5 inches of rain. And what that did do is it did swell some of our creeks, streams, and rivers. Now, a lot of the river flood warnings have been allowed to expire, but we still have one in effect through Wednesday morning for the Roanoke River at Randolph. Minor flooding is occurring right now and is forecast to continue to occur for roughly about the next 30 hours or so. So we've got that one river flood warning towards south side right along the Halifax and Charlotte County line. The bulk of the river flood warnings now are actually east of us, a little bit closer to Richmond. Now, as far as Tuesday, tomorrow I told you here we've got nothing to worry about. We're going to, again, have more clouds around tomorrow, but we're going to be dry. If you look at what's going on out to the west of us tomorrow, it is certainly going to be a storm system that is going to rapidly intensify, okay? It's not looking that spectacular right now. Even tonight, probably not still going to look that great, but it is going to blossom into a rather strong low-pressure system as we go into tomorrow. So we're looking at the overall chances for snow to be north of that system track or north of that upper-level system track, that line that says upper-level system storm track. It looks like most of the snow is going to be north of that, while right along the storm track we could have some ice, and just to the south of that storm track, it certainly looks like it's going to be mainly rain. So overall, it looks like tomorrow the worst of the weather is going to stay to the south and to the west of us. But as this thing moves back to the north and to the east on Wednesday, that's where we get involved. That's where we start to see some snow pushing in to our neck of the woods. But again, tomorrow, snow into places like St. Louis, Kansas City, with some ice in areas like Little Rock, maybe even into Memphis. It's going to be rain in Dallas and also into Atlanta. All right, let's talk about Futurecast. Let's talk about the timing of all of this. You'll notice again tonight, just clouds thickening a little bit. Tomorrow, that trend of increasing clouds will continue, okay? So tomorrow, more clouds than today, but I think we're going to see a little more sunshine than what this computer model is saying. So I do think that tomorrow starts with some sun. We turn mostly cloudy in the afternoon, and we're going to stay mostly cloudy all night long come tomorrow night. But we're still dry at 6 p.m. We're still dry at midnight tomorrow night. It's really as we go between about 5 and 7 a.m. on Wednesday where we're going to start to see the advent of some snow pushing in. And it looks to be all snow for us, okay? We're not concerned with ice this time around. We're not going to see any rain. It's just simply put going to be too cold at the surface, too cold in the middle levels of the atmosphere, and too cold up high. It's snow. Nothing more than that, okay? It's snow. It's not going to be freezing rain or sleet. It's snow for us, okay? But it looks like for now, the heaviest of the precipitation looks to stay south and eventually to the east of us. So as we continue to go through time, again, start time in the mountains, 5 to 7 a.m., and then as we go into Wednesday morning, the snow kind of overspreads the entire region, and certainly by mid-morning, you're going to be seeing some snow in Lynchburg and south side. Lunchtime could be pretty snowy outside for us on Wednesday. Notice, though, as we get a little bit closer to dinner time, the snow may become a little less widespread and maybe even a little bit lighter. So as we go, say, towards dinner time on Wednesday, the snow will start to taper off for some of us, not all of us, but for some of us. And then look what happens by Wednesday evening. We're almost basically done, okay? So this is not a storm that lasts very long. It's here for maybe 10 to 12, maybe 10 to 13 hours, okay? So this is not a prolonged event for us. It's going to be cold enough for all snow, but one of the reasons we don't think we're going to see the big kahuna out of this is A, because of the storm track, and B, because of the duration of this. It doesn't look to be that long of a storm, okay? So we're looking at the timing of snow, daybreak Wednesday through early to mid Wednesday evening. May have one more little pulse of energy pushing through here on Thursday. May bring us a few more snow showers, but I don't think that's going to amount to too much. All right. So let's talk about the wind. Man, the wind has been howling here for about the last 36 hours or so. The good news is the winds are in the process of weakening. Yay, right? Winds still out of the west at 22 miles per hour in Hot Springs. Everybody else dealing with winds about 4 to 10 miles per hour at this point. So again, the winds have weakened this evening, and they should not be a huge factor in our forecast for tomorrow. Looking at sustained winds tomorrow, 5 to 10, maybe gusting every now and again between 12 and 19 miles per hour. But the good news is tomorrow the winds aren't going to play a huge role in our forecast. Don't get me wrong, winds are not going to be light tonight. They're not going to be light tomorrow, but they're not going to be all that much of a factor for us here for the next 24 to 48 hours. All right, friends, let's look at the temperature setup. It is turning pretty cold out in areas west of us. It was cool for us today. We made it into the 40s. I think temperatures tomorrow will make it into the 40s. But overall, the temperature trend has been for this polar jet stream and this subtropical jet stream to kind of get really close together. So the overall jet stream position still is aiding in widespread below average temperatures from the U.S.-Canada border all the way towards the Tennessee River Valley. So for us, as that cold air to the northwest moves to the southeast, our coldest air, our frigid air, our Arctic air will be maximized as we go into Wednesday and Thursday again, when we will fail in most spots to get out of the 20s. So very cold air ahead, no doubt for us. Temperatures right now at 9:55, mainly in the 20s and 30s. Exception to that is Hot Springs, where you're at 18. 25 in Wytheville, it's 27 in Blacksburg, 30 Roanoke, 34 Lynchburg, it's also 34 in Danville, with South Boston right now reporting a temperature of 37. So for tonight, we're mostly clear. I think clouds may thicken a little bit later tonight. We're cold with less wind. 26 is your low. So again, very cold outside tonight and pretty cool outside tomorrow. I think temperatures tomorrow going to be close to about 10 degrees below average. We're going to, I think, have some sun early, then we're going to turn mostly cloudy later in the day. So clouds will continue to thicken for us here on Tuesday. There's going to be a little bit of a breeze, but it's not going to be abnormally strong. And it is, again, going to be a chilly day for us. All right, friends, let's talk about your 7-day forecast. And it is going to be one of below average temperatures. January was frigid. February hasn't been quite as cold, but it has still been pretty active because the storm track has been active for us here, really, since we turned the page into 2025. I think March is going to be warmer, but it's only February 17th. So we've got 11 more days left here in February, and, well, you're looking at 7 of them right here, and there's not a big warming trend, okay? So 43 on Tuesday with clouds thickening, 29 on Wednesday into Thursday. We've got that Weather Authority alert day for Wednesday into Thursday. Again, most of the snow falls on Wednesday, but we may be dealing with some impacts lingering into Thursday. Like, for instance, when I'm talking impacts, I'm talking about school closures, talking about potential road hazards. One thing about this snow, and I'm kind of jumping back and forth here between, looking ahead and going back to the snow headed our way on Wednesday, is the snow is not going to be a wet, heavy snow. It's going to be a drier, fluffier snow, okay? So that means I'm not as concerned about power outages, which is great news. I'm also not as concerned about power outages because I don't think we see much ice out of this. It's going to be a drier, fluffier snow, which should allow most of us, potentially not all of us, but for most of us, to keep our power, and that's good news. But again, 29 for a high on Wednesday and on Thursday. Again, a couple of snow showers still possible on Thursday, but most of the snow falls on Wednesday. Friday, Saturday, we're dry. And on Friday, we're in the 30s. Then we climb into the lower 40s on Saturday. I think both days are dry under partly to mostly sunny skies. Sunday, Monday, right now, just some scattered rain showers. It wouldn't surprise me if the precipitation gets in here Sunday morning around daybreak, which it might. If it does, then we could start Sunday with some mixing, maybe some freezing rain and or sleet for a little while before the transition is made over to plain old rain. But again, scattered rain showers come back on Sunday and also into the day on Monday. So there's a look at your next 7 days worth of weather. Again, we're watching Wednesday closely. Again, we're looking at anywhere from about 1 to about 6 inches of snow with those higher totals east, lower totals to the west. That could change. All this low needs to do is shift by about 70 to 80 miles, and that could potentially up our snowfall totals if it moves further north and west. So I urge you to please stay tuned to your local weather authority. We will keep you ahead of the storm, but for now, as we get closer to the 10 o'clock hour, I will let you know that we'll be back for our 11 o'clock newscast coming up in about an hour from now. We hope to see you then.